Welcome back, or just welcome. Oh, hi there. It's time to watch some more of Death Note. It is time to follow Light with his extracurricular activities. Also, I have decreed that this is going to be my outfit, my uniform, for all of these Death Note series. You don't see much of it, but I have this like epic blouse. I have no idea where I have this blouse from, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel pretty gothic and epic while wearing this. I think it's very Death Note appropriate. There will be a character that also has interesting wardrobe, and that's pretty much the best part of the character. I'm inspired by that part. Don't worry, I washed this since last time. Smells like nothing, with a hint of synthetics. So last episode, Light found a Death Note. Yeah, let's watch. Let's see what happens. Will Light be able to get away with his extracurricular activities, or will he be stopped? Will he realize that what he's doing is perhaps not the best way in which to do the thing that he's trying to do, or will he double down on it? Well, he did proclaim himself God of the New World, so, as one does, by the way, completely normal phenomenon. So, this is episode 2. It's called Confrontation. Light might be confronted by... confronted. Light might be confronted by something or someone. There are awesome characters in this anime, at least one more. Let's watch. The Adventures of Light and Ryuk. This sounded like Dora the Explorer. Oh, okay, never mind.
では、八神くん、今の文章を和訳してください。
はい。
Why do they keep asking him? He's so bored.
ついに夢を現実のものとした彼は、その夢の完全なる成就と、それによる至福の喜びに浸っている。
よくできました。それじゃあ、今日はここまでにします。
Very inconspicuous. Ryuk in the classroom. It's Apple Studies.
ライト聞いてるのか。
話しかけるな。僕の声はリュウクと違って他の人にも聞こえるんだ。
つまんねえの。用なんてないだろ。いつ
I
も
have
通りまっ
killings
す
to
ぐ家
do.
に帰るだけじゃないのか。
用はあるよ。そう。とっても大事な用事がね。
山田容疑者は昨日新宿区歌舞伎町の飲食店で店にあった刃渡りおよそ12センチのナイフを使い後輩従業員
That pose.
随分一生懸命だな。
時間を無駄にできないからね。ノートに名前を書ける時間は限られている。授業中に居眠りもできないし、家や塾での勉強もしっかりやっておかないとね。そして睡眠不足も敵だ。健康や思考力を損なう。何しろ世の中を悪のない理想の世界に変えるんだ。時間はいくらあっても足りない。
Light is quite intelligent. We've realized that. Or smart. Both, probably. He has some brain power. He is using it to do the thing he wants to do, and he's analyzing it and strategizing. That's really good. But he is not analyzing and strategizing if he even should be doing what he's doing. That's not on his mind at all. How would you know? At like 16 or even 30, how are you... Isn't it like obvious if you as one singular person think that your thoughts and your opinions are the right ones to change the entire world? Isn't that like an immediate clue that you're full of shit? What? I mean, obviously when you're 16, you're not thinking of it, maybe. But just because you're intellectually smart doesn't mean that you know what's good. You're just smart. You can solve equations. Congratulations. Yeah, there was this book, Flowers for Algernon. I think that was a mouse's name. But in that book, basically, there was somebody who was really smart, and the smarter he got, the meaner.
あれ？お兄ちゃんなんで鍵なんか閉めてんの？
さゆか。何？
宿題教えて。
I'm trying to save the world here, little sister, and you need homework help. Oh. Also, isn't that like normal for teenage boys to lock their door?
お願いします。
はいはい。
気をつけろよ、ライト。今引き出しの中のノートに触った人間には俺の姿が見える。
そういう大切なことを今頃。この死神は。
どうしたの、お兄ちゃん。
I'm just constipated.
一体何がわからないんだ？
That pose of Ryuk.
この1週間で分かっているだけで52人。
その全てが心臓麻痺だ。全て手配中のもしくは刑務所に留置されていた犯罪者たち。
Something's going on. Well, I did want his existence to be known as the god. Yes, so this is according to plan. Yes.
もう始まってますよ、局長。
This is Light's dad.
ちょっと本部から連絡がな。
The old one.
別に構わないのでは。
バカな。大犯罪者だろうと死刑囚だろうと殺せば殺人です。100人以上が心臓麻痺なんて偶然があるか。殺人に決まってる。
Aren't like hundreds of thousands of people dying from heart attacks all the time? Even in Japan, even in one district, I'm sure. I don't know how many people would die of heart attacks daily. I think 100 people a day would be a normal heart attack statistic, no?
大組織による緻密な計画殺人と見ています。
そんな大組織などと言ったら FBI か CIA が絡んでいるとしか思えませんな。
もう一度言ってみてもいい。
I wouldn't last a day in like a political setting. These discussions are...
心臓麻痺って死因から洗ったのでは何も出ませんからね。
まったくだ。ナイフでも刺さっていれば洗いようもあるな。
こうなったらまた L に解決してもらうしかありませんな。
This L? Who is this L?
局長、何です L って？
君はこの会議初めてだったな。L という
Let me educate you.
名前も居場所も顔すら誰も知らない。
We know his name, L.
どんな難事件でも必ず解決してしまう。世界の迷宮入り事件の数々を解いてきたこの世界の影のトップ。最後の切り札。
Last hope.
しかしエルは自分が興味を持った事件にしか動かない傲慢な人物という
Light will interest him. Don't you worry.
我々からはコンタクトも取れ
He
ない。
will contact you.
L はもう動いています。
I wanted to call him his battler or henchman. Henchman?
L はすでにこの事件の捜査を始めています。
渡り。
L とコンタクトを取れる唯一の男だ。もっとも渡りの正体も誰も知らない。
It is Watari.
L の声を今お聞かせします。
L is a computer.
ICPO の皆様。
Minna-sama. L です。Ah, yeah, yeah. Light said he has something to do.
デスノートに触った人間にはリュウクの姿が見えるんだろう。僕はギリギリの綱渡りをしているんだ。
Luke always looks so
下手を打てば
insane.
僕は自分の家族を殺すことになってしまう。
この事件はかつてない規模で難しい。この事件を解決するため、ぜひ ICPO の皆様、いや、全世界のあらゆる機関が
That's really cool. These people are like, oh, there have been some killings. It's looking a bit suspicious, but meh, what can we do? Heart attacks, we cannot analyze it further. L is being, yo, dude, this is like super mega important. I need the entire world's organizations help me now. Yes. It's like L knows or senses that this is gonna get out of hand. He has already noticed the patterns, and he's like, yo, you know, the same people who warn us against like AI and stuff. Although, of course, it hasn't gotten to the fun part just yet for us. But yeah, L very smart.
特に日本警察の協力を強く要請します。
I strongly desire.
なぜ日本なのだ。
Because the killings are in Japan, so the culprit might be in Japan.
可能性が極めて高い。
何を根拠に。
なぜ日本なのか、捜査本部は日本に置いていただきたい。
Do it. Oh yeah, where is L now? Well, somewhere.
ノートを隠せたってことか。
ああ、この引き出しの中にね。
それで隠したことになるのか？ただの日記帳じゃないか。
多分ほとんどの人間はこの単なる日記帳を読むことでこの引き出しの秘密に満足する。
So basically he wrote some random diary entries? Okay.
本当の鍵はこっち。僕の机の周辺のどこに転がっていても不思議じゃないただのボールペンだ。 その芯を使う。引き出しの裏によく見ないとわからない小さな穴がある。その穴にこれを入れるんだ。
I would have never thought of this.
なるほど、二重底か。
わかる？この電気を通さないボールペンの芯が絶縁体となり、もし誰かが強引に中底を外せば、その瞬間薄いビニールに入ったガソリンに火がつき、完全に証拠は隠滅される。
And the person's hand?
燃やした理由は本当の日記を隠していて見られたくなかったからという。
Isn't it a little bit excessive to burn people for trying to read your diary? What kind of things would you write in your diary to protect it like that? I mean, then again, life could be like, I'm very passionate about chemistry.
少し手順を間違えただけで自分が大やけどするぞ。
I never make
危
mistakes.
険？また変なことを言うね、リュウク。僕は最初から危険を冒しているじゃないか。家からボヤが出るのと死刑になるの、どっちがいいかさ。
Let me read these rules. Okay, this we knew.
昨夜、東京都西刑務所の所内で凶悪強盗犯として収容されていた黒塚山直樹受刑者32歳が
32. That's younger than I am. What do you know at 32? I mean, of course, I'm not going around doing crimes. But it could be if I would have grown up in different circumstances, you know? It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means a lot of horrible things have happened to you and you don't know any better. So, yeah. I think somewhere in Africa, there's a procedure that when somebody commits a crime, they're being put in the middle of a circle, and the people in the circle are their friends and relatives or just members of the place where they live, and all of them are saying nice things to the criminal, basically. You did this well, and you helped me with that one, and you are talented in this thing, whatever they say. And then the criminal breaks down because pretty much the only reason why you make a crime is because you do not feel like the other person is you. And also you're not having a good time. You think that by adding something to you, you will feel better. And maybe taking it away from that person doesn't, you know, impact you negatively, but it does. And being reminded that you are actually loved and appreciated and everything is okay with you, that actually stops people from doing crimes ever again. Yeah, so just killing people is probably not the best long-term solution, because then the crime rate decreases, but the fear is increased. And why do we commit crime? Because of fear.
こういうよな、悪人がバンバン死んでいってんじゃん。
ちょっと怖いけど、ある意味爽快だよね。
でもこうなると悪いことできないね。
That would mean that we cannot do anything bad. I wish people understood what it means when I do something bad to you. It impacts me badly, not just you. You know, we are so disconnected that we don't realize that. And the only way to not feel it is to block yourself away from it. And if you're blocked, you feel even more void and whatever else, negative internal dialogue, and you say even worse things and do even worse things. And also, of course, we should be told about people who are not doing these things and who are blocking themselves, because those people could harm us, right? And we should learn how to spot them on the street. And you can do that, really. It's like scanner. This person having issues, this person having issues. And there's one person that's okay. And if you need to ask something from someone, you can ask to that person. I've been, you know, sexually assaulted and robbed, and a dude held a knife to my throat, you know, things that happen. I learned how to spot these people out. And it's not necessarily anything about their appearance or gait, although there is a little bit of it, but it's more like sensing where they are emotionally. And if I have to go where they are and I cannot not go there and cross the street, you know, I'm kind of trapped, I need to go where they are, then I've learned to create the space within me that they are already occupying, and then I become transparent. Since I've done this for the last decade, I've never had any, attacks at me, directed at me. And also, if I feel that I'm not up to it, that I don't feel the energy to look at people and scan them internally, emotionally, then I will just not go outside, because then I can accidentally attract someone who will do things to me. Right. So yeah, this is something I do on a daily basis. And that helps me avoid even getting in situations like that. You learn to navigate them. But of course, as a child, I was not taught such things, and so most of the things that happened to me that were negative from other people were when I was a child, starting from 12 or something up to late teens. And yeah, then I learned, and it's been fine since then. It's a little tricky, but you do what you must. But yeah, of course, all these people simply need help, and we are angry because they're doing bad things and we don't want to help them. So it's like, nobody's gonna win here. Batman. Yeah, that I wonder who's gonna be killed next was said in a excited intonation. And I remember when COVID started, and this is horrible, but I would be, every single morning, I would be looking at the death charts, and I would be excitedly looking at whose country is the number one, as if it's like a game, as if it's a high score, as if it's a good thing. Yeah, and then I kind of showed it to my mom, and she was like, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. And then I was like, yeah, this is. But then in my mind, it was like, who's the stupidest country? So, even somebody like reasonably sane will still be tempted with these thoughts. Sometimes when things are really bad, there is some pleasure in knowing that somewhere else it's even worse. And I think it's a very, very unhelpful place to be mentally, to think like that. Yeah, so I'm not completely innocent of sometimes having bad thoughts myself, right? It's just noticing them and learning from it and not doing it again. Or trying to.
もうこんなホームページまでできているんだ。
救世主キラー伝説、かっこいいじゃないか。これお前のことか。
殺し屋という意味のキラーから来ているらしい。この手のページが5万とあるんだ。まだ新聞やテレビでは凶悪犯罪者の相次ぐ変死くらいにしか公表されていない。正義の裁きをする者の存在。
Yeah, he's smiling.
人間っていうのはそんな生き物なんだ、リュウク。学校のホームルームで悪い人間を殺していいかなんて議題が上がるわけがない。しかし、もしそれが議題となったらみんながいいこぶり。
それはいけないことです。
っていうに決まっている。もちろん、そう答えるのが正しいし。
It's not just the right thing to say.
表面上そうでなくてはならない。しかし本音はこっちだ。
Well, yeah, in Japan it's even worse. You're not allowed to say your true thoughts and opinions to pretty much anyone. I think it's slowly changing, but yeah. It's considered rude to tell your honest opinion in Japan. You need to very gently, when somebody asks you, do you like this or not? I would be like, oh, this is horrible. A Japanese person would be like, well, it's nice. Would be even nicer if it was like this. And have you considered another option? It's like a lot of bullshit instead of hurting the person or inconveniencing the person by telling your opinion. I think if we don't say our true thoughts, we'll just go insane. We need to say them, at least to ourselves. Obviously, we shouldn't intentionally upset people, but if I say something and I don't mean it in an offensive way, but if it offends somebody, then it's up to them to resolve their triggers. That's it. And if I'm offended by something, that's on my end to resolve that within me. And so if we're only saying like polite phrases and not discussing anything of real matter, then we will not grow, advance, evolve, heal.
表立って僕の存在を認めようとはしないけれど、誰が書いたかもわからないインターネット上ではもうキラが蔓延している。悪い奴が誰かに消されていると。そして自分に非のない者は心の中でキラ頑張れと。
No. Those who have a clean conscience are cheering for Kira in their hearts. I understand how it's meant, that if I haven't committed a crime, there's nothing I have to be worried about. But cheering for Kira is already an unclean conscience, by the way. You know, it's very twisted in Light's mind. I think Death Note is like a parody, a satire of people who think like this, how extremely dangerous and ridiculous thinking like this is. And it worries me that not everybody is perceiving it this way. Of course, I don't know, maybe author genuinely thinks that's really nice, that it is really nice to kill everybody who's done a crime, but I sense from this anime that it's very satire-y. Yeah, that we should look at Light and be like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with that person? And how can I make sure that I'm not like that? And how can I spot patterns where I am slightly like that? Yeah, and I think Death Note was banned in some countries because it provokes violence. It provokes the opposite of it. But yeah, I guess if you're 15 and you're watching this, then maybe you're like, oh wait, I can kill my bully, yeah!
火のある者は自分に天罰が下ることに怯える。これでいいんだ。まさに計画通りにことは進んでいる。
Yeah, the person by the trash cans didn't look very happy. Again, why do we commit crimes? Do we do it because we're fulfilled and happy and feel one with the entirety of the universe?
なんだ？インターポール。
それでは始めます。私は全世界の警察を動かせる唯一の人間、リンドエル・テイラー、通称エルです。相次ぐ犯罪者を狙った連続殺人、これは絶対に許してはならない史上最大の凶悪犯罪です。よって私はこの犯罪の首謀者、俗に言われるキラを。
I will definitely catch. Quite the confidence behind this dude.
必ず捕まえるってよ。
Yeah, but you cannot promise that you will definitely catch someone. It's not up to you, really. Unless L can access some quantum physics. They are starting to show some really weird things in scientific research lately. Like the actions in present time changes the past. Like technically, like actually. Weird.
バカめ、捕まるわけがない。デスノートなんだよ。このノートを抑えない限り、証拠なんて何も残らないんだ。
He looks like an insane bunny for some reason in the scene.
キラ、お前がどのような考えでこのようなことをしているのか、大体想像はつく。しかし、お前のしていることは悪だ。
Light really didn't like it. Like, you really didn't think about whether you're evil or not by doing this? It's, me, evil, how dare you? I'm the purest of them all. I'm an angel. Well, Lucifer was angel too.
僕は正義だ。見える弱い者を救い、誰もが理想とする新世界の神となる男だ。そしてその神に逆らう者、それこそが悪だ。間抜けすぎるぜ、エル。もう少し賢ければ面白くなったかもしれないのに。
Oh god, that sound effect. Look at the space allotted for writing L's name. Also, Light said that he is interested in removing evil people from the world. L, as far as we know, is helping remove evil people from the world. He's a good detective, and Light is killing him now. So it's not just about killing bad people, it's also killing whoever I don't like. Because I'm justice. I'm justice.
僕に逆らうとどうなるか 世界中が注目しているよ、エル。
If anyone defies me.
3、2、1。
Fireworks! Everybody traumatized. Death on screen.
どうした？なんとか言ってみろ。
Ha! Psych.
よく聞けキラ。
I've got you now.
もしお前がテレビに映っていたリンド・エル・テイラーを殺したのは私ではない。
何？
テレビやネットでは報道されていない警察が極秘に捕まえた犯罪者。
やられたな。
私を殺してみろ。
こいつ。
Such a children's game.
なんだこれは。すごいことになってるぞ。知る気か。
Also, it was on live TV. There was a death on live TV. Isn't that like massively traumatizing for people to witness?
殺せない人間もいる。いいヒントをもらった。
お返しと言ってはなんだが、もう一ついいことを教えてやろう。
Elle is loving this though.
全世界同時中継と銘打ったが、実は日本の関東地区にしか放送されていない。
That building looks so crooked there in the scene.
お前は今関東にい
る。やるな、エルのやつ。
Don't they have VPN at this point?
のモルモットだったということが。
You're reading me like a book. How dare you?
キラの存在、殺人、そして日本にいることまでも証明した。
キラ。
Quite the feat.
お前がどんな手段で殺人を行っているのかとても興味がある。ではまた会おう、キラ。
Bye bye. It's like XOXO. Gossip Girl. How are you feeling now? Like, are you gonna have a manic episode?
エル、キラ、必ずお前を探し出して始末する。僕が、
私が
Justice.
正義だ。
No, I don't want to watch the next episode right now. It's interesting that L also refers to himself as Justice. How would you know? It's not up to you to put yourself at that place. You're just a human, a mortal. You have opinions, you have your best judgment. I don't think you can say that you are Justice. Good. Some crazy credits, light, insane scene. L seems to be quite childish as well. It's just that he understands a little bit more in general. But he himself is still intrigued by this chase, by this game. He perceives it as such, I think. And he's happy to have met someone challenging. Elle was already introduced as someone who is really interested in solving difficult cases. And this is not only difficult, but also fun for Elle, intellectually and maybe in other ways. But yeah, in first episode, we learned that Light and Ryuk both think that the world is rotten, so they're very similar. And now we are again shown that Elle and Light think that they both are Justice, so they're also similar. It's just Elle is not killing every criminal. He just wants to kill Light, who is killing many criminals. And also, like, just executing a person on screen for a good cause, for learning about Kira and so on, but also sort of as a tease, as a provocation. Yeah. Also a little bit, and on that note, I hope you enjoyed. Wish you a good, whatever it is good. And see you soon. Bye.